and welcome to another lawnfawn video. Today we are so excited to be introducing our brand new die, Woodland Critter Huggers Graduation Add-on. This graduation add-on is a perfect match for our Woodland Critter Huggers, and it also works great for our Spring Critter Huggers too. I also love that a lot of the elements can be used on their own, and we're going to show you a bunch of different ways to use them today. We're also going to be introducing our brand new tassel tag die. I love this little tassel. It is so cute, and the tag it comes with is awesome. We're also going to take a look at our brand new washi tape. So we have our Congrats Grad washi tape, which is adorable and perfect for graduation season. And then our Lots of Dots washi tape, which are these adorable little polka dots that, oh my gosh, I love them for pretty much anything. So here is a look at that graduation washi tape. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love the rainbow look of this. It's so fun and so happy and so perfect for all of those graduation cards. And then our Lots of Dots has also a beautiful happy rainbow look to it, and I love that it's great for everyday, birthday, thank you, anything. It's perfect for envelopes or for adding a little detail to either the edge or bottom of your cards. Now we're going to take a look at the Woodland Critter Huggers graduation add-on, and I absolutely love all of the elements in this set. Those little glasses are just so adorable, and they are a perfect match for our Critter Huggers. Now in the Woodland Critter Huggers and the Spring Critter Huggers, you can make a ton of different critters with the one set, and there's different face styles for them and different eye styles. And so now we have a new style of eye from the Woodland Critter Huggers graduation add-on that you can add to the faces. So there you can see I've die cut one of the faces. This one is perfect for the fox, and I can add these cute little smiley eyes on there, hold it in place with some low tack tape, and then run it through the die cut machine. So now you have another option of a different style of eye to add to all of your Critter Huggers. And if you've never made a Woodland Critter Hugger before, make sure to check out the intro to Woodland Critter Huggers video. We'll link it in the description below. Here you can see that we have these little details that you can layer behind the glasses. So you can either use the glasses just open, or you can layer the little lenses behind. There's also this cute little tie, and then the little part that kind of wraps around the neck, and you just layer that over top. And then here we have our mortarboard and tassel, and you can layer that on there. And I love that you can customize them to the colors of the school. And then of course a cute little diploma as well. And then here is a look at what all of these cute elements look like on different styles of Woodland Critter Huggers. So here I've made the fox and the deer, and look at the little tie. Isn't this so cute? I also like that a lot of these elements are just fun for decorating the Critter Huggers. It doesn't necessarily have to be for graduation. This would be really cute for something like Father's Day too. And those other little glasses kind of remind me of Harry Potter, and I think that would be really adorable as well. And I love how you can mix and match and use any of the elements on any of the different styles of critters. So here's some fun ways to kind of mix and match these different looks here without the kind of graduation element added onto it. Or of course you can bring the graduation cap in, and look how cute that is. Like, oh my gosh, it's just adorable. And then you can have them hold the diploma too. And I think it's so much fun to play around with these guys and kind of add their little accessories. It's just adorable. And so it's fun to have some new accessories to go along with our summer and winter ones that we have already. And of course, you can use these elements on their own on a card too, and Chari makes a really cute one in just a little bit with that. So this is the tassel tag. It comes with the tassel creating pieces, and then also the super cute tag that can be used with or without the tassel. And the little tag has a little reinforcer, which I really like because it adds that nice little pop of color. Now to create your tassel tag, all you need to do is just roll up this whole fringe piece. And so what we like to do is use like the edge of a pencil or something like that to kind of soften the paper a little bit and just kind of rub it up against the edge of the pencil and start to get it moving in that curved motion. That's going to help you make a tassel that looks really, really great. Then what we're going to do is just take some tape runner, and we're going to add that tape runner all along the top part of this cute little tassel piece. And then we can start to roll the tassel, and you can roll it as loosely or as tightly as you would like depending on the look that you're going for. But you can see we're just kind of rolling it and just kind of popping one end over the other and just keep going and kind of making sure that it lines up at the top, and that's going to create the tassel. And by kind of working with the paper beforehand, it makes this part really easy and simple to do. You can see that we're just rolling it up right along that edge. And these are so much fun to create. Oh my gosh, these little tassels are adorable. So once we have that part all done, then we have to work on securing it and adding the little detail to the top. So the first thing we're going to do is take some string here, and this is some of our 10-pound hemp twine, and I love this stuff. And so we're going to take that and just tie a knot at the bottom. Then you can decide however long you want your loop to be, and at the bottom of the knot, we are going to be trimming off any of the excess because we're going to put the knot inside of that little kind of star-shaped piece. And so here you can see we're just going to trim off any of that extra. Then what we can do is just feed this whole piece through the hole in the top of this star-shaped piece, just like that. And you'll see that that knot's going to hold it in place. Then we're going to add some adhesive to those little kind of star-shaped pieces. We're going to add some adhesive all of the way around. And then this is going to become like a little cap on top of the tassel. And so you'll see that we're just going to line that up at the top and then just fold down all of the kind of ends of the star so that it goes all of the way around the tassel. And the thing that I love about this tassel is that it's so cute for things like bookmarks and tags. You can also add them as decorations onto banners, and they also could be a really cute tassel for graduation too. So I love that they have so many uses and they're so cute for year round. So now that we've stuck down all of the ends of the star all of the way around, we have this last piece, and this is our little finishing detail. So this cap kind of holds the whole tassel in place, and it gives you, of course, the string so that you can add your tassel to something. And then now this little piece here gives us our decoration. So we're going to add some liquid glue to this, and then we're just going to roll that around the top of this tassel. And like I said, that's just going to cover up those little star ends and make it look nice and finished. And by using some liquid glue, it's going to give it a nice strong hold. Depending on how tightly you rolled your tassel, you may need more or less of that piece. We rolled this tassel pretty tightly, so we were able to just trim off any of that extra and then just hold that in place so that the glue can dry. Then you can take your fingers and kind of fluff up the fringe at the bottom of the tassel to give it that fun look. I love cutting these out of different pattern papers because having the little patterns shine through on them I think looks so pretty, and Chari's going to make a really cool rainbowy looking one in just a bit. Now, of course, you can add this cute little tassel to a bookmark. You can add it to this adorable little tag, or you can even add it onto a banner too. And so for right now, we're going to turn this into a birthday tag here. So here we have all the party hats, which has this really great happy birthday phrase. And we're going to go ahead and stamp that out and some coordinating ink to the tassel onto this tag. And I love the shape of this tag. I love that it's nice and bold. This would look so cute on a gift. And then all we need to do is just take our tassel and thread it through. So we're just going to take that little string there, and then we can just feed the tassel through it and attach that on. Of course, you could feed that over like an edge of a bag and attach it onto there. And I think this is just such a cute look and such a fun way to kind of add a little extra element to your gifts. So now we are going to build a cute little woodland critter hugger. And so I went ahead and die cut the pieces for the woodland critter hugger to create the fox. And so we've got the main body piece, and now we're going to add the little belly and the feet. And I'm using some fake tan cardstock here and some vanilla malt to get this super cute fox look. Then next we can add the little detail to the top of the tail, which I think is so cute. I just love building these little woodland critter huggers because they're so adorable. And then we're going to layer that tail behind. Then we have these cute little triangles that you can add into the ears for that fun extra little detail. And then we can start to work on the face for the woodland critter hugger. And so here we have our new awesome graduation add-on that has that new style of eye in it. And I wanted to use those little smiley eyes for this guy. So here's the other style of eye that we have. We also have just plain eyes as well. And now we have the smiley eye version too. So here's the face for the critter hugger. We're going to die cut that from that same vanilla malt cardstock. And then just like we did at the beginning of the video, we can add those cute little smiley eyes onto that piece, run it through the die cut machine, and now we have this cute little face. For behind the eyes, I'm just trimming down some pieces of black licorice cardstock, and I'm going to layer that behind to add the detail for these adorable little smiley eyes. Then we can add the cute little nose, and then you'll see that the arms have a little score line that the die creates for you. And so we're going to fold on those arms so that they can be holding some of our adorable graduation elements. So I went ahead and die cut some of these elements and we layered those together earlier, and then we can add these onto the critter hugger. And I love being able to customize these to whatever school or recipient that you're going to create them for. I did kind of more of a generic, just black and the gold tassel here, but of course, like my high school colors were light blue and dark blue, and I could have done that for my high schools. I think that's so fun, or whatever college or whatever it might be that someone is graduating from, because I think this is just adorable. I added some adhesive to the arms and also to the diploma, and so I'm going to tuck the diploma in his little arms. And then, of course, I mean, look at those glasses. Is that not just the cutest thing ever? It's really fun to put these woodland critter huggers onto cards, but I also really like making them a shaped card. And so I'm just going to take out my ruler and just measure the shape behind the critter hugger, and I'm going to create a little mini card that I'm going to be layering behind him. And I think this is just so fun and cute and unique. And now my cute little mini card is all done. It was super quick and easy to put together, and I think it's just so sweet and fun, and it would make anybody smile on their graduation day. Now, one of the really cool things about the Woodland Critter Huggers is that they fit really great on the brand new interactive die Pull and Slide Surprise. So we're going to be creating one of those today. And I'm going to be using colors of Rebecca's daughter's graduating high school colors. So they're black, white, and red. And so I love being able to customize this. So here I've got this red paper, and we're going to die cut the main mechanism piece from that. And then these are our stabilizers, and we're going to die cut those out of some white cardstock. Then we're going to take that main mechanism piece and flip it over, and we're going to be adding those little stabilizers to the two sides. So I'm going to add some liquid glue onto each piece, and then we're going to layer it right along the edge, just kind of eyeballing it there, centering it, and layering it up against that outside edge. Super easy to do. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can just kind of eyeball it. And then we'll do the same thing with the second piece. So we're going to add some liquid glue, and then we're going to layer that onto the other edge of this awesome piece. Then once we have that all done, we can flip this piece over, and we're going to start folding some of the score lines that the die created for us. The die creates 3 score lines for you, and we're going to work on the middle one first. And we're going to fold that one up like a mountain. And then I like to use my bone folder to reinforce the fold. Then once we have that middle fold, we're going to work on the top fold, and we're going to fold back along that fold and use our bone folder again to reinforce that. And then we can work on the bottom fold, and we're going to fold back along that too, kind of creating like a little tab. And we'll use a bone folder to reinforce that fold as well. And then we can flip this whole thing over, and we're going to add some 1/4 inch double-sided tape to that little tab that we just created along that bottom fold. So we're going to add the tape right underneath that bottom fold. And then we can go ahead and start working on the rest of our mechanism. And to do that, we need to die cut this pull tab piece. So I'm going to die cut that from some white cardstock. Then the next thing we need to do is peel up the liner paper on that tape adhesive that we just added. And then we're going to flip our piece over again, and we're going to line up the little pull tab piece with the notch on the main mechanism piece. We're going to make sure that's nice and centered, and make sure that the top of the pull tab piece lines up with the top of our mechanism. Once that's in place, I can go ahead and press down and secure that adhesive, and that's going to attach our pull tab to our mechanism. And here you can start to see the mechanism start to work, which is so awesome. So I went ahead and cut a piece of paper that's the same size as this, 3.5 by 4 3/4. And we're going to be attaching that to the back of the mechanism. Here I'm using some 1/8 inch double-sided tape and attaching it to the 2 stabilizers pieces. You could also use liquid glue here too. I just couldn't find my liquid glue, so I switched to tape, and that's totally okay. Both work. Now that we've added both of our strips of adhesive, we can peel up the liner paper on both of those stabilizers. We're only adding adhesive to those little stabilizer strips. And then we can layer this over the piece of cardstock that we trimmed to be the exact size of the mechanism, which again is 3.5 by 4 3/4 inches. And then we can press down and secure the mechanism. And now we have an awesome pull and slide surprise that is working and ready to be decorated, which is so great. And so to decorate this, we are going to be using the Woodland Critter Huggers. We just made a fox earlier, so I thought it would be fun to make a deer. So I went ahead and die cut the pieces that I need to make a deer, and we're going to start to layer these all together. I used some chocolate bar cardstock and paper bag cardstock, and also vanilla malt and black licorice to cut all of these pieces. First, we're going to add the little belly and the feet, just like we did for the fox. And then there you can see for the face, I've already die cut the original eyes that came in with the set. And then we're also going to work on the little tail, and it has this cute little detail. And then we can layer the little cute deer tail right there on the back of this guy. I'm going to fold in the score lines on the arms there so that I can have this cute little deer holding something. And then we can start to layer some more of our pieces. So for the back of the eyes, I'm just going to trim down some black licorice cardstock and then add some adhesive around the eyes to add that detail onto them. Then we can layer the face onto our critter hugger and add the cute little nose as well. And this guy is just looking so sweet. I die cut the little triangles for the ears, but this time I did it out of some ground coffee so that you can just kind of add that extra little detail onto the ears, but it's nice and tone on tone subtle. And of course we can add the antlers onto the deer, and he is looking so cute. I just love her so much. And so now we have our pull and slide surprise mechanism. And then I went ahead and die cut some more of the elements from the graduation add-on. And so because I'm doing the school colors of black, white, and red, I went ahead and die cut some of the details to match. So I die cut out of some chili pepper cardstock, and I added the cute little tassel on to the mortarboard hat. And then I'm also going to do the little tie for the diploma out of red as well to go along with our whole color scheme. Then just like we did with our fox, I'm going to add these elements onto the deer. So here you can see the cute little hat. I mean, look at this. It's just so adorable. And then I'm going to add some adhesive to the deer's arms so that she can hold the diploma. The next step is to add our cute little deer onto our pull and slide mechanism. And when you add things onto the pull and slide mechanism, you want to make sure that you only have adhesive below that middle score line. And so that's what I'm going to do here. I'm just kind of lining up the deer so that I know exactly where to add my adhesive so that I can attach her on, but she'll still move with the mechanism. Once I have all the adhesive I need, I can just layer her right on top of the pull and slide. Now at this point is when I realized because of her antlers, it was covering up the pull tab. But that's not a problem at all because it's really easy to extend the pull tab and make it look a little different. So there I thought it might be a little bit hard for the recipient to grab the pull tab since it's hidden behind the hat and antlers. So I went ahead and cut a whole nother pull tab piece, and we're actually going to just trim down the pull tab part. So I'm die cutting it out of the same white cardstock that I had, and then I'm just going to take my paper trimmer and trim right along the edges of that tab so that I have one long skinny piece. Then all we need to do is add some adhesive on to this tab piece, and we're going to just layer it behind the tab that's already in our mechanism. Now at this point I realized, oh yeah, that's right, I need to trim off the existing tab that's already there. So I just took my scissors and just trimmed right along the edge. And then we're just going to layer our other tab piece, and that's going to take place of that tab. So this is a really fun way to extend your tab if you're adding something bigger onto your pull and slide surprise. And there you can also see that my son Miles brought in some very important crafting reinforcements, which is chocolate chips, which I always need to have when I'm crafting. So now that we have our cool extended tab, we can eat some chocolate chips, and then we can keep working on the rest of our pull and slide surprise. So next I wanted to add some cute stamping so that there was a fun message when you opened up the pull and slide surprise. So I'm going to take out Simply Celebrate Graduation, which has a really cute congrats in different styles. And I thought this block lettering, which would be really adorable. I'm going to stamp in some black ink to go along with the school colors again of black, white, and red. And then I'm going to stamp the rest of my sentiments in red, which I think is really fun. So we have our congrats, and then we're going to go ahead and stamp the rest of the little phrases, which I think are so cute, which is you did it and yay! Next, I have a standard size card base that's 5.5 by 4.25, and I got out some black licorice cardstock, which I'm going to layer over top, and then we can add our whole pull and slide mechanism to that. And so we're going to add some foam squares. Miles here is being an amazing helper. We're going to make sure that we cover the whole piece so that it has lots of nice support, and then we can peel up all of the liner paper and attach this piece onto our card base. Next, I needed a little arrow to add on to my tab. And the pull and slide surprise has these cool little tab covers, but I wanted it to be a little bit more subtle. So I actually just used the little tiny triangle that it cuts and layered that on there with some red cardstock to go along with all of our pops of red on the critter hugger. And oh my gosh, this is looking so cute already. Now, for graduation, gift cards are always a great gift. I think things like Target and stuff like that are awesome for those first dorms and everything. And so that's what we're going to add into this card here. And so I love that the pull inside surprise is super cute on its own, but it can also be a way to present a gift card. I just added 2 mini glue dots to the back of the gift card and added it right on to that pull tab. And look how cool and fun this is. I love that it's just so cute and adorable with that adorable graduating deer. It's really easy to take the gift card off and the card still looks so sweet. So it's really fun to display it. And I just think this is so adorable. Oh my gosh, I just love it. And I love that the pull inside surprise can have such a big element on it. And all of those cute little graduation elements on the Woodland Critter Hugger just make me smile. Now, to go along with this cute card that we've done in the school colors, we're going to make a banner to match that. And so we're going to be using that really awesome new tassel tag to go along. We're using the same pattern paper, that same beautiful pattern paper with the gold dots on it. And then we're also going to be creating a banner using the same colors of cardstock. So these are our stitch banner dies. These are an oldie but a goodie. I use them all the time and love them so much. We're going to die cut that larger banner out of some black licorice cardstock. And the banner die comes with this little circle that's the perfect size, and we're going to die cut some white cardstock for that. Our Louie's ABCs dies are the perfect match for these stitch banners, so we're going to die cut out of some chili pepper cardstock and then layer all of these elements onto the banner. Then we went ahead and did the rest of the banner to spell out the word congrats, and we also created a bunch of little tassels to layer in between each banner piece. And so here we have some of that awesome new twine. We're going to layer one of those cute little tassels that we created earlier and then add some more of that nice thin hemp twine all the way through the banner. And the red color again goes along with our whole color scheme to match the school colors. Then the last thing we need to do is take one more little tassel and layer that on to the banner. And so I love that we've created a card and a banner that all coordinate. I think it's so much fun. And I love that the little tassels, while they're perfect for tags and bookmarks, look really cute as decor as well. And this little banner is going to be perfect for a graduation party. Next up, Chari is going to create the cutest card using those graduation add-ons without the Woodland Critter Huggers. So take it away, Chari.
So I'm creating a simple card using the Woodland Critter Huggers graduation add-on accessories, but I'm not using the Woodland Critters. These accessories are perfect for a simple graduation card. So I've cut my pieces from colored cardstock and I'm adding a little bit of shading with some Copic marker to the ribbon that wraps around the diploma and the hat. The hat is cut from peacock cardstock, the ribbon from guava, sunflower tassel, and speckled eggshell diploma. Now for the giant You Did It sentiment, I'm cutting this from some black sparkle cardstock, and then I'm also cutting it twice from white cardstock so I can stack these together and make a thick sentiment. So I will just add some liquid glue all over one of the white die cuts, and I will layer the two white die cuts together first. While that die cut dries under a block, I'm going to do the dot for my exclamation point, two white dots with a black dot on top. And then I can go back to my sentiment and add the liquid glue again, and I will layer the beautiful sparkly black sentiment over top. I really love this black sparkle cardstock. It adds just a little bit of shimmer without being too in your face. And while I'm die cutting, I'm going to cut a few little stars using the stars from the Hearts and Stars Skinny Tag Die from some gold sparkle cardstock to sprinkle around my card. Now that I have all my pieces cut out, I need a background, and I'm using a piece of seafoam spiffy speckles 12 by 12 paper and the largest outside-in stitched rectangle to cut a panel to put onto my card base. This is going to give me that little white frame around this panel, which I always think looks so nice. So I've placed my graduation hat on my card. It is not glued down, but it's just there so I can see exactly where to put my sentiment. And I'm just using liquid glue to attach this to the card front. I want that hat to kind of be nested in the word you up there at the top, and I wanted to make sure my sentiment was centered with enough space for the hat. I'm adding my little dot. Then I can add the ribbon to the diploma, and for the elements around the sentiment, I'm going to pop these up with a little bit of foam adhesive. So I have some foam squares on the back of the diploma down there at the bottom, and some foam squares on the hat at the top. Now I need to add my little tassel, so just a dot of glue in the center, and I'm also putting some glue on the bottom of the tassel itself, and that will fit right into the U up there at the top. Now for those little stars that I cut earlier, I'm just going to add a few dots of glue and sprinkle those stars around using one of each of the three sizes at the top and at the bottom. And then that's it. That's all for this quick graduation card. You could change up the colors to customize it to your graduates, and it is a perfect quick card to send to them this graduation season. So I'm using the Little Woodland Library Friends along with the original Little Woodland Library because I love that cute little fox in those books, and one of the speech bubbles, actually a couple of the speech bubbles, to make a bookmark today because I want to use the new tassel tag to create the tassel for my bookmark. But of course, we need to start with the bookmark. So I have the stitched bookmark, and I'm going to cut this from some pattern paper. So I need to cut the base piece. This one you're going to see through the little shelves, and I wanted it to look like a fun shelf that you see the fun wallpaper or paper when people put it in the back of a shelving unit. I also cut the flower paper for the back of the bookmark, so I'm just going to set those aside. And then for the shelf piece that will overlay the stripe piece, I am cutting it from mermaid cardstock, and I'm using the little insert that cuts the openings of the shelf. So this piece is going to layer over my stripe piece so it looks like we have a fun mermaid painted shelf with those beautiful rainbow stripes in the back of the shelving unit. Before I put that together, I am going to go ahead and sort of laminate my two pieces together, my front and my back. So I'm putting some liquid glue as well as some adhesive runner that will just hold it in place, and the liquid glue will make it nice and sturdy laminated together so it won't come apart. Then I can layer the mermaid piece on top, and I'm going to use liquid glue to do that. And when I do this, you'll see those cute little rainbow stripes peek through those openings. These little shelves are where my critters are going to sit and read their storybooks. So now that my bookmark's all constructed, I can start to add my cute little critters. And I'm using some thin foam squares to add them so they have a little bit of dimension, but not too much since we are making a bookmark that's going to go inside of a book. And I thought this little hedgehog up here was so cute. I gave him a little speech bubble that says, "I want to hedgehog this book," which is just too funny. Of course, this little fox is from the original Woodland Library set, and I just thought he was so cute laying on his belly reading the book on that bottom shelf. It's just too cute. Then we have our little bunny rabbit, and I am going to put him to the right side of his shelf. And then the smaller stack of books, that's also from the original Little Woodland Library set. It's not quite as tall as the books in the Library Friends. And I will add the little worm to the top of the stack of books. I used the shorter stack so that I had space for all of this on that little shelf. Then there is a solid heart in the Little Woodland Library Friends set. I'm just stamping that into a teeny tiny speech bubble, and I will add this where my bunny is. Now I do have some empty spaces, and that is the perfect place for some little heart embellishments to just add some more pops of color. So I pulled out all my little extra hearts out of my drawer, sprinkled those around, and just added them with a little bit of liquid glue. And then I also cut the little reinforcer circle out of some sunflower cardstock. I thought this matched pretty well with the flowers on the back side here, as well as the colors on the front side. And I'm just gluing that into place too. Now it's time to create our tassel, and I thought it would be fun to cut this from the same stripe paper but have the little tassel pieces going in the same direction as the stripes so that my tassel itself was kind of striped. So I've cut the tassel itself, and I'm just kind of rolling it with my fingers to kind of make it start to curl. I am going to add some adhesive runner to get it started. And this is the first time I've made this tassel, so I have not done this before, but you can see once you get it started, it's pretty easy just to roll up. And I decided to put my adhesive all the way down there so it would hold as I rolled it. And I'm just rolling it all the way up, just making sure that that straight edge stays straight so that we have a flat top. And then I will secure it with some liquid glue, and this will make sure that it doesn't come undone. Now for the top of the tassel, we have that kind of star-shaped piece with a little slit in the middle. I cut that from some yellow spiffy speckles paper. I have some teal twine. I just fed the two ends through that slot onto the inside or the back side, the white side. You can see there, that's where the knot is. Tied it in a knot. I'm going to trim off the tails, so I just have the knot, and I'm going to put the knot down into the hole of the tassel. So you don't want to roll your tassel too tight. You want to leave a little bit of a hole there so that you have a place to kind of push this knot down into. And I found that it was easier to push down with a poking tool, which is what you see me doing there. And then I added a little bit of liquid glue all around the top. Then you're going to take this little star piece, push it down to where it's flat on the top, and then you just fold down all those little rays coming out from the circle in the center. I think you could also do this with some adhesive runner as well, but once that's nice and dry, I just added some adhesive runner to this decorative piece. This will wrap around the top and cover up the little star pieces that we folded down, so it'll make it nice and neat. So you don't need to worry too much about what that looks like because you're going to cover it up with this. And I just held it in place with my tweezers while that glue set. And now we have this cute little tassel. I'm just gonna fluff it up a little bit. I really like this paper tassel and I can't wait to make some more. And then I'm just going to loop it through the top of my bookmark. And there you go. We have a tassel that matches our pretty pattern paper on our bookmark. And of course, the last thing we want to do is add some glitter. I didn't add the glitter until I got that tassel on there, so I didn't get it messy. But this is just so cute. I love how this bookmark turned out.
Oh my goodness, Chari, I am in love with this bookmark. It is so cute. It just makes me smile. And the little rainbow tassel is absolutely adorable. And I want to hedgehog this book. I mean, oh my goodness, it's so cute. And the other card that you made is absolutely amazing. I love using those elements in a totally fun new way. And next up, we have some incredible cards by the design team. And this card here is so cute because it shows that the Woodland Critter Huggers are also a really fun way to present cash. And I think that's really great as a graduation gift. And this little deer just makes me smile. These fun bookmarks by Maureen are absolutely amazing. They match her Ta-Da diorama card, and she actually made little mini bookmarks using the tag that's included with the tassel tag. I love all of her cute little tassels in the fun different colors and how she layered two of the tags together to create a fun little bookmark. And of course, our awesome little Woodland Library friends are perfect for these adorable bookmarks, and I just can't get over how cute these tassels are. They look so bright and fun. Tammy is one smart cookie to come up with this card. Isn't this the cutest thing you've ever seen? I love how she layered circle die cuts to create the perfect chocolate chip cookie. This card here by Grace is so much fun. She actually turned the critter hugger into a cute little cat, and she added it onto the pull and slide surprise. So as you pull the card, you get the fun surprise of the happy graduation sentiment, and I love how she layered the scripty congrats over the edge of the pull and slide surprise too. This card by Mindy is so fun. I love how she used the new Simply Celebrate graduation and added the tassel onto the card. It's such a fun look. Now here Yanea was so clever because she used that little tassel tag as fun fringe on her card, which is so fun with her Woodland Critter Hugger. And then this card here by Audrey is adorable. She used our Stitched Happy Heart, which works perfectly with these new graduation elements, which I just adore. This card by Alana just makes me smile. I love how she created a cute little character for those graduation elements with the "You Did It." Oh my gosh, it's so fun. And then this card by Elise is adorable. She also used the tassel tag as fringe instead, and I can't wait to try this. This card here by Mindy is so fun. She added our Woodland Critter graduation elements with these fun stamped elements, and I love the mix and match of them. And then this card by Letitia is so fun. I love how she personalized it and also added the tag and details onto the tie as well. Here, Rebecca used the spring critter huggers and created a cute duck and added all of the fun little tie and grad cap onto him, and oh my gosh, it just makes me smile. So we cannot wait to see all of your fun cards, so make sure to share them with us. Thank you so much for watching today, and I hope you have an absolutely amazing day.